Game Slayer here. Today we are reacting to Wansee Entertainment. To start, I'm so spoken on this one because I'm really a little bit anxious and a little bit not feeling well. As I go lower down my voice, sorry I'm soft spoken, but I know I'm very soft spoken, but I love doing this late night, so it's a little bit in the horror. So this video we're going to talk about the left road. I think it's about the left road. I'm just thinking about it. Let's watch it anyway. The left road. Oh, I didn't even.
Hi, Wansee. I want to share my experience that happened way back in 2012. This is my true horror experience, and ever since that day, I believe in guardian angels. 3 a.m. It was my first time working in Manila, Philippines.
Okay, that's
I worked at Jollibee fast food, and my schedule was 2 p.m. to 12 midnight.
Wow.
At that time, we had an overtime charity, so we needed to extend cleaning for 2 hours.
Okay, good.
When I got out of the store, it was almost 2:25 a.m. My aunt's house, where I'm staying, is nearby, so I didn't need a ride. My usual route is on the highway, which is on the left road.
Wow.
While I was walking, someone whispered in my ear. The voice said, "Don't go there." I looked back and there was no one walking behind me.
Yeah,
there
weird.
were a few people on the sidewalk.
That's weird.
I walked back and ended up using the right road. When I got home, I looked at the clock on the wall and it was exactly 3 a.m. I heard a gunshot, but I was so sleepy at the time, I didn't pay much attention to it. I brushed my teeth and then went to sleep.
Yeah.
My cousin woke me up. I asked him what time it was, and he said, "It's 4 a.m. He said someone died on the left highway.
Wow.
It was a security guard at a motorcycle store.
What?
He was shot in the head, and according to my aunt,
that's
they
why
robbed the truck with motorcycle supplies and killed the security guard.
Oh, that's why he got shot
at 3 a.m.
Wow.
That's when I remembered the whisper I heard. If I had taken that left route, maybe I would also be dead now.
That's true.
If I happened to witness the crime. I'm thankful for my guardian angel. But I'm also sad as well because of what happened to the security guard.
Yeah, I feel sorry. That's the shortest animation I ever seen. Dang, that's the shortest animation. That was the shortest animation I ever seen. So I ain't even seen that. Wow, that was the shortest one. Oh, it was 2 minutes long. Okay. Let's watch this recent video. Let's watch this recent video. Tutor horse anime. I think it's like the tutor is like the tutors of people who tutor him. Let's watch it.
We built the TimberTech deck. The deck floats into the landscape and looks like real wood.
Sorry.
Injuries and bills don't stop at 5 o'clock.
I can't do it.
Is your lawyer. We fight for our clients.
This is the True Tutor Horse Story.
Hi, I've been watching all of your scary videos every time you guys upload them. I find all the stories interesting and very terrifying, but I never expected I would experience something horrifying, just like the videos you guys upload. Here's my story. I'm a girl who lives in a province here in the Philippines, and people here are very superstitious, especially the old folks. I never believed in those superstitious beliefs, but I never imagined that those beliefs would one day save my life. It happened 2 months ago when I got accepted as a tutor for a kid in the barangay near us. The salary was nice, so was the family. It had been 3 weeks since I started being a math tutor for their child. I was on my way to their house when I noticed people staring at me weirdly, as if they saw a ghost or something. I just shrugged it off and made my way to the student's house. I knocked on the door and smiled at the mother, who smiled back at me. But her smile suddenly faded away, and she looked at me like how the people on the street did. I thought I messed up my makeup or something, so I asked her, but she stood there quietly. The awkward silence was interrupted when I heard my student's cheerful voice shouting my name and running towards my direction. I was excited to hug her too, since she was always hyped up to see me. But she stopped midway and started crying. Her mother snapped back to reality and said, "Maybe she's just tired. You can have a seat in the living room while I prepare lunch." Even though I was confused, I just sat on their nearby sofa.
Okay.
And I heard my student screaming, "Why is my teacher's head missing?"
What?
I was shocked by what the kid said, and it became even creepier when her dad approached me, also looking scared, and said, "I think you should go home for now. But remember, if you arrive home, burn all the clothes that you're wearing today."
Wait, what?
It didn't make sense, but I just nodded and went home. At home, I recalled all those bizarre things that happened and told my parents about
Are you
it.
serious?
My parents, who were never superstitious at all, suddenly got up and started praying. They told me to burn the clothes that I wore that day.
Oh wow, them.
Since their reaction
Wow,
freaked me out,
them
they all
too.
told me to. So I burned my clothes that night.
Them
While burning
too.
my clothes, I could smell some weird odor that made me want to puke.
What is
I
it?
told my brother to watch my burning clothes because I was going to get a glass of water. But on my way, I fainted. When I woke up, it was already 7:30 p.m. I asked my mom what happened, and they told me I fainted. So they took me to the hospital and they said I was fine. Since I couldn't wake up in the morning, my parents informed my students' parents that I wouldn't be there since I was sick. But the next thing shocked me because while listening to the radio, we heard that there was a shootout that happened in the street during 8:30 in the morning. And luckily, no one got injured since no one was walking on those streets at that time. But that's the same street that I always walk on at exactly 8:30 in the morning to get to my student's house. I then realized that the reason my students saw me headless is that I was about to get into an accident. And if I hadn't burned my clothes, I would have been a victim of the shootout. You see, in the Philippines, if people see you headless, it was advised that you should burn your clothes that you're wearing that day in order to be safe.
Oh, that's creepy. If you wear the clothes, if you didn't wear the clothes that day, your head will go. Well, that never happened. That's just a horror story they animated. So let's watch two more. Let's watch the True Bully horror story. So I think it's a bully and the horror of it. So let's watch it. I know this is short too. And this is short as well. We're just watching like 4 videos on it, right?
There's only one left.
Please.
Come on, my boyfriend.
True. That's one.
My name is Kylie, and this happened when I was 16 years old.
Okay.
I had 2 bullies named Alger and AJ. I wanted to tell my mom about my 2 bullies, but she'd probably hit me with a slipper if I did. I hated walking to school. Not because I'm tired of walking, but because AJ and Alger would bully me on the side of the bridge. They'd take my money and threaten me that if I told anyone, they'd hurt me.
Wow.
One day, as usual, they took my money and threatened me, but before they went, I yelled at their back. "Screw this! I'm telling the teachers about this," I said. AJ then kicked me and I passed out.
Damn.
When I woke up, it was already nighttime. I was laying on the floor the whole day, and AJ and Alger were nowhere to be seen.
Wow.
I just went home and didn't bother to tell my mom what happened.
Jeez.
The next day, I wake up and feel happy that it's the weekend and I don't have to deal with AJ and Alger.
Cool.
Someone then knocked on the door.
Oh.
When I opened
It's
it,
gotta be a
it was
bully.
AJ and Alger. They smelled so bad. AJ just told me to come with them and they'll treat me, but said it in a cold
I
voice.
don't
I
think.
was so hungry, so I went with them. I thought we were going to a restaurant, but we just went to the bridge. Both of them were standing in front of me and staring at me wildly.
Wow.
Honestly, I was more scared of the smell of them because they smelled like corpses. I wanted to vomit so bad, so I went to the side of the bridge, and then I saw it. AJ and
Their
Alger's
bodies right there.
corpses were down the bridge with their necks snapped.
Wow.
They could fall. That's when all the memories from yesterday flashed back. The reason why AJ kicked me yesterday is because I pushed both of them. Her feet hit me. That's why I fell down and my head hit a rock and I passed out. All of that happened yesterday.
That was you.
Back at AJ and Alger, and they're getting closer and closer.
That was you.
Both of them then snapped their own neck, and just ran right towards me.
That
When
was.
I disappeared, the smell was gone. But their bodies down the bridge still have that smell, and always will.
So you pushed them. So she pushed them when you was down. Okay. So you did that. I didn't know she did it, but she did it her own. So she pushed him off the bridge. I didn't know she pushed him off the bridge, but she pushed him off the bridge. So let's watch our one more last one. Let's watch the Women Online Community poster. Let's watch that one from Islam. The Woman of the Online.
A few years ago, the following post was posted to an online community. Hi guys, I'm a 23-year-old girl, and this guy has been following me for a few days now.
What guy?
He's got this weird
that guy.
sword, so I thought he was a martial artist, and I walked past him.
It looks like it.
Following me. The other day, he followed me on the bus, pointed the sword at me, and kept muttering something to himself.
Wow.
The other day, I was on the subway, and people were looking at me. When I turned around, there he was again, staring at me and muttering.
What?
I freaked out and ran away, even though it wasn't my stop. Since then, I've been walking around the neighborhood every day, and my head hurts so much. Like it's being squeezed by someone. Yesterday, my best friend called me, and she told me that a man approached her on the street and yelled at her in a very angry tone. Your friend is in great danger. Please tell me where she is. So my friend walked by, thinking it was some weird cult guy. But then she was spooked and called me. And she said the guy was carrying a wooden sword. It was the guy I saw. What was going on? What's even creepier is as I'm writing this, I can see that guy looking at me outside the window, swinging his sword around. I'll post again later. She posted a photo of the silhouette of a man outside her window, which received hundreds of comments. And the next day, she posted another. I ended up calling the cops. And when they asked the guy what he was doing, he just stared at me for a while without saying anything. What was weird about his gaze was that he wasn't looking at my face. He was staring at the space above my head for a long time. What the heck is this situation?
Yeah.
That was the end of the post, and the comments came flooding in. The story didn't end there, and she posted again a few days later. Hey everyone, it's me. It wasn't over yet. He's standing in front of my front door right now, chanting some spell and shouting like he's swearing.
What?
The weird thing is that every time he chants, my whole body hurts.
Wow.
I feel like I'm being torn apart. Why is this happening? I need to talk to him. She posted a photo of herself, and her whole body was red. People kept commenting and asking what happened. After a while, she responded to their comments. I answered the front door and yelled at him, "What do you want?" And he answered that I was possessed by an evil spirit, and if I don't get it off of me soon, I'm in trouble. People went crazy in the comments, telling her he was lying and she shouldn't be fooled. She commented again. Now this guy is telling me that the first time he saw me on the bus, the evil spirit was eating my hair. Then the next time he saw me on the subway, it swallowed my entire head. Now it's swallowing my whole upper body, and if I don't get rid of it fast, I'm going to die. He said he's been casting spells to get rid of it, but it's not going away, so he came to see me in person.
Oh, is that why he was trying to help you
My
out?
lips turned blue for no reason, and I can't breathe well. What should I do, guys?
Oh.
The post got tons of comments from people concerned about her. But then she stopped posting. Then a week later, a post popped up saying, Hi there. I'm the sister of the girl who wrote that a man came to visit her a while ago. She died a short time ago.
What?
The man came to my sister and said she was possessed by an evil spirit, so we had exorcism rituals for a while.
Alright.
However, it turned out that he tortured my sister in madness. He beat her with a wooden sword for 5 hours. He said that he had to beat her until she bleeds black blood, and only then would the evil spirit be dead.
And it doesn't.
Eventually he went to jail, but he is still arguing that he is innocent and that the evil spirit consumed her. After this post, nothing was posted on the online community about her.
I don't like music.
Many people were left shocked and horrified for a while as they recalled her incident.
Wow. So she died after that. Okay. Blood. But that doing the name thing. It was on red blood now. It's only red blood. Only red blood is only that. only red blood. So let's watch our last one is Prison Horror Story and House. Let's watch that one. I don't know. I watched that one yet. I don't know. I don't know. I think we didn't watch that.
I got a great idea.
This is where
I think we watched the other one. I think we watched the first. I think we watched the first one though. Prison Horror Story. I think we watched the first
My
one.
name is Michael. I'm a prison guard at this penitentiary.
All right.
As I was doing my rounds today, inmate number 1857,
Okay.
hanging on his cell bars, shouted at me.
All right.
Hey, your daughter's 7 years old this year, right? She's the first one I'll visit.
That ain't how you know.
What?
Enraged, I rushed to the bars and grabbed his collar. And he laughed as if it were amusing.
How you know?
Inmate 1857. His name is Rick.
Rick.
The most notorious criminal in this prison.
Wow.
Rick is a psychopath who killed a woman in her 60s.
Wow.
Chopped her up with a knife and ate her flesh before.
Wow.
Rick was incredibly lucky.
Real.
The victim's son actively sought leniency for him. The devout Christian son decided to forgive Rick in the name of God.
Wow.
Even after his mother was brutally murdered. It was something I couldn't understand at all.
What?
Thanks to this, Rick was acknowledged as mentally impaired and
What?
received a 15-year sentence only.
Wow.
After his sentence was confirmed, Rick began to show his true colors. He constantly hurled insults without reason and threatened to kill the families of those who irritated him once he was released. Knowing his madness, people grew anxious as his release date approached. The ironic thing was that this psychopath was a dutiful son. Having lived with a single mother his entire life,
Okay.
he cherished her dearly. His mother began preparing to open a beef jerky store with Rick about a month before his release,
Okay.
and started sending boxes of jerky and letters to the prison. However, bringing in outside food was strictly forbidden in the prison. So we tried to return the parcels she sent. But the warden stopped me and said he would allow the packages to be delivered to Rick. I couldn't understand his actions. The warden must have been bribed by Rick's mother.
Okay.
Dear son, your mother is preparing a jerky business these days. Please try it and give me your feedback. From your future business partner, Mom.
When I opened the box of jerky, I saw a letter written in meticulous handwriting. She seemed quite serious about the business, sending a box of jerky made with various recipes to the prison every week. Smoked, chili, teriyaki flavors, and more. Thanks to this, Rick spent his days chewing on jerky. He even began using the jerky like currency, ordering his cellmates around. The prisoners, who relied solely on the prison-provided rations, cleaned for Rick, acted violently on his behalf, or dug up information on people Rick didn't like in exchange for jerky. Rick also collected feedback from the inmates about which jerky recipe tasted the best, and sent letters to his mother. He was already fulfilling his role as a business partner before his release. He showed no remorse for the deceased victim and focused solely on making the business prosper. I was angry at the victim's son. If my mother had been so brutally murdered, I would have never forgiven the perpetrator.
Wow.
Due to his excessive tolerance, the evil demon would soon be released into the world, and more victims would follow.
Wow.
Which could include my own family. Rick's release date approached, now just a week away, and his mother had already opened the store and was waiting for him.
All right.
The store was named Mom's Beef Jerky,
Wow.
as
Mom's
a
Beef
tribute
Jerky.
to her love for her son. As the release date neared and my anxiety peaked,
Okay.
I took a secret day off, which I didn't tell my wife and daughter about. I had to visit Rick's store, track his movements, and carefully devise ways to protect my family from him. When I went to the address written on the letter, Mom's Beef Jerky, I noticed a sign with a familiar phrase. It was a store opened by Rick's mother. At that time, I saw the warden coming out of the store. It was clear that he was involved in some
Wait,
sort of
what?
backroom dealing with Rick's mother.
You're
I
warning
hid in my
it?
car until the warden disappeared, then entered the store. Now that I had witnessed it with my own eyes, I had to expose their inappropriate dealings. As I opened the store door, there stood a man there with fair skin and a gentle demeanor.
Welcome. Huh? Isn't this Rick's mother's store? Oh, yes, it is. Who are you? You should be the employee. I'm a prison guard at the prison where your son is incarcerated. I saw the warden leaving just now. What's the relationship between him and Rick's mother? Oh, Rick's mother is inside. Would you like to meet her and hear it directly from her? Follow me.
All right.
I followed the man to the store deep inside the kitchen, and he pointed to the ceiling, saying,
She's here.
There, a middle-aged woman's head was hanging.
What?
Shriveled and twisted after being soaked in sauce.
What is this?
I was so shocked that I screamed and collapsed on the spot. Then the man smiled brightly and said,
I'm the son of the woman who was killed by Rick. I've been waiting for Rick to be released and come to this store as soon as possible. Whew. I've sent the rest of the body, and now only the head remains.
What?
I'll prepare the head according to the final recipe Rick advised.
Wait a minute. So he kills mother?
I ran out of there in utter disbelief and didn't tell anyone about what happened that day.
So he...
A week later, I saw the corner of the prison warden's mouth go up strangely as he stared at Rick, who was happily tasting the last delivered jerky. And not long after his release, Rick went missing.
Wait, so the warning had... And so that means Rick's mom just died? Huh. Weird decisions. So does that mean he was really like Rick's mom's friend, I'm guessing? I'm sure about it. But I'm gonna end it right here. I'm just gonna post this like simple, but I'm gonna end it right here. Join the Keeper Squad. Love ya. Bye bye.